Hi besties, welcome back to the channel. On today's tutorial, I'll be showing you how to make this simple dress with asymmetric hem. Do not forget to like, share and subscribe. Now for this tutorial, we're going to be making use of our pattern paper, and on the pattern paper I'm marking out my starting line. So after that, I'll be taking my body measurement. Now I'll be coming down 9 inches for my chest line, 16 inches for my waist, and for the full length of this gown, my hip line is 24, but I'm taking out 1 inch from that, so I'm marking 23. So I'll repeat the same measurement on this other side. So after that, the next thing I'm going to do, I'll roll it into a straight line. So this is my chest line, waist line, and the full length. Now on the starting line, I'll be taking my shoulder measurements. My shoulder is 15 divided by 2 will give you 7.5. I'll mark that. So after marking that, the next thing I'll be marking now is I'll mark 1 inch for my zip, because I'll be using this pattern paper for both the back piece and the front piece. So I'm marking out my zipper allowance of 1 inch. Now I'll just roll that out. So this is for the zip. Now we're going to retake the shoulder measurements after the 1 inch for zipper allowance. So I'll mark the 7.5. I'll come to the chest line. I'll mark the same 7.5. And after that, I'll connect them into a straight line. Now for the neck width, I'm making use of 3 inches, 1 inch for the back, and for the front is a v-neck line. I used 6 inches. So I'll connect the back this way, then I'll use my ruler to connect the V this way. Now this is what we have. Now on the chest line, I'll come to the armhole side, come down 1 inch for my shoulder slope, and I'll connect it to the neck width. After that, I'll measure what I have. I have 8, half of that is 4. On that point, I came in by half an inch. On the chest line, I'll be marking my round bust divided by 4. I'll mark, and I'll connect the 3 points together to cover up my armhole. Now after that, then you can add your stitching allowance. But on the waistline, I'll divide my round waist and mark. I'll do the same on the waist, on the full length. On the full length, I'll marking my hip divided by 4. And I'll connect the measurements together this way. Now, this is what we have. I'll be adding 1 inch for my stitching allowance on the chest line, on the waistline, and on the hip line. And I'll connect them together this way too. Now, this is what I have. So on the waistline now, I'll come in by half an inch, then I'll connect it upwards this way, and I'll connect it downwards this way. So this is for my zipper bulge, so that my zip will relax at the back. Now after that, the next thing is to get at the asymmetric hem. Now what I'm going to do is I'll be adding half an inch below the full length of the top, which was not even necessary. I didn't even know why I did it, but here we are. So after connecting on the center front, starting from the half an inch I marked, I will go up by 4 inches. Now at the full length, after the zipper allowance, do not add the zipper allowance. Measure what you have there, and I have 10 inches. To get the middle of that, half of 10 is 5, which is what I marked here. So this is the center. Now on the side, starting from the main allowance we added, I went up by 3 inches. So I'll connect from the center point to meet the middle line we have on the dress, and on the side too, I'll connect it to the middle line we have. So I hope this is clear. I hope you guys understand what I'm trying to explain. So on the side, I went up by 4 inches, and at the center here, I got the middle of that Now on the side of the dress, I went up by 3 inches. I connected everything to the center point, and that is all. So next thing is just to cut out. You can extend this out this way to meet the zipper allowance. That is it. Then we're just going to cut out everything we have. So guys, if you have watched up to this point and you've not subscribed, please, before we head back to this video, hit that subscribe button. And you can follow me on my Instagram page at So with Somi, or on my Facebook at Ibechukusom. That is the place you can request for tutorial and videos. Now after that, this is what we have. I'll be using this to cut out on the back piece. Now for the back, I'm folding my fabric into two and I'll be cutting out. So just we have already drafted out the pattern, so just fold your fabric into two, then place your pattern on it and just cut out. So please remember to add half an inch to the shoulder side for joining. So after cutting out, this is what we have. Let's cut out the front. So before cutting out the front, we are going to fold in the zipper allowance since we don't need it for the front piece. So just fold in that zipper allowance. So after folding it, this is what we have. So now I'll be cutting out the half an inch we went in on the armhole for the front. So guys, always remember not to use your main scissors to cut your paper. As you can see now, I'm using a different scissors for my paper. Now I'm going to equally cut out my neckline for the front piece, and after that I will go cut out on the fabric and bring it back to show you what I have. Now after cutting the front, this is what it looks like, and I've also cut out a piece for the facing. So I do facing all the time on the channel, so I'll go turn it out this way. After sewing, then I will notch and I will show you. Now I will do the same for the back. So this is the two back pieces, and I've already cut out facing for them. So just like the front, I'll take it to the machine. I'll be stitching it down for the two back pieces. I'll stitch down the facing. So I'll do all of that and bring it back to show you what we have. Now after stitching the front, this is what I have, and if I turn it to the wrong side, this is what the wrong side looks like. I use the hemming gum to hold it down, and I've equally marked out my body measurements on the front. So now this is it. The next thing is to get the two back pieces. I've already done the neckline with the facing, and I will place them right side facing each other. So I'll take it to the machine. I'll close the shoulders using half inch, then follow the body measurement I've marked out. So I'll do the same on this side. I'll go stitch them down and bring it back to show you what I have. Now after stitching the top, this is what the top looks like. So to get the material you need to complete from the highest point, which is the shoulder line, you measure what you have on the top, then you add it up to how long or how short you want your dress to be. But mine, I wanted to wear mine to church, so I made it a bit longer than what we have on the inspiration video. Now this is the fabric I'm using, and I have 3 yards. Now I'll fold it into two. So I've marked the center line on my top. Now I'll fold it into two to get the center of it. So after notching the center point, I'm going to open up my front piece this way. Now the notch part I have on the fabric, I'll be placing it on the center point I have on the top this way. Then I'll pin it. Now I'll take the edge this way to meet the ends of the top this way, and I'll pin. So the next thing now, the remaining excess I have here, I'll go gather it all around the space I have, so that I'll have equal distribution of the fabric, and I'll equally do the same thing on this other side. So I'll do that on this other side. So I'll go stitch all of that up, and I'll bring it back to show you what I have. Now this is for the sleeve. I've put in my fabric into two, marked out my starting line. After that, I'll be coming down 13 inches for my sleeve, for my arm, for my elbow measurements. Then for my cap height, I am using 3 inches for my cap height. For the full length of the sleeve, I use 25 inches. So my full length is 24. I added 1 inch to that, making it 25. Now what I'm going to do now, from the starting line, I'll just curve it in this way. This is how I draft my sleeve. If you have any other way, please use that method. Then after that, I'll measure my round armhole measurements this way. I'll mark that, then I'll add my stitching allowance to that. Now on the elbow line, I'll divide my round elbow measurement there, then add my stitching allowance. So whatever measurement I have on the elbow, I'll mark it straight on the full length, since I am going to add elastic to that. So like I said, this is how I draft my sleeve. If there's any other way you draft yours, you're free to use that method. Now this is what I have. The next thing now is just to cut out. So I'm going to cut out 2 of it for the 2 sleeves. So now for the sleeve, what I'm going to do now is you're going to create a channel where you'll be passing your elastic. So create your channel, pass your elastic through, and close the sleeve. So guys, after doing all of that, this is what I have. I lost the clip of when I added my zip, so just add your sleeve and we are done. See you on my next video. Bye.